Blessed Express is back, baby. Number 1 ranked Max Holloway, minus 625 favorite with a plus 450 comeback for number 3 ranked Yair Rodriguez, AJ, minus 625, which is actually higher now. This is the opening odds. I think it's above 750 right now. My question to you is, yes, Yair Rodriguez is coming off an injury. Yes, he hasn't fought in about 25 months. But even as impressive as Max Holloway looked against Calvin Kattar, Calvin Kattar was the perfect body in front of Max Holloway for him to have that performance. Yair Rodriguez is a completely different animal, different fighter. Do you agree with the line here, AJ?
I agree in the sense that I do think Max Holloway's the favorite. Yair Rodriguez is the underdog. But that's a pretty high margin, man.
Yeah.
I would have thought a little more around 200, somewhere
Yeah.
around that, like differential. I think it's just based solely on the fact that Yair Rodriguez said they forgot who this dude is.
Okay.
I mean, some like you said before, some say undeservedly he's still number 3, but this dude's a killer, man. Lest we not forget, like he was losing that fight against Chan Sung Jung and was able to hit him with a dirty uppercut, like underneath. I don't even know how to call it.
Yeah.
Up elbow, I guess is
Something
the way
like
to say
that.
it. Man, this
Yeah.
dude is crazy. His kicks are insane. I do think he's the underdog, but this margin that they have going is pretty crazy. What do you think?
I agree with you. He's very clearly the underdog, but it's like plus 450 is saying you have no chance to win, basically. You know what I mean? You bet $100, you're going to give me $450 if Yair wins. I get it. It's going to be a long shot. Max Holloway is one of the best to do it. Some would say he's the people's champ, you know what I mean? But then again, you can't discount Volkanovski after what he did to Brian Ortega. But then again, you look at what Holloway did to Ortega. It wasn't even close when they fought. So it's like, I don't know. Listen, man, what it comes down to for this fight, in my opinion, is will Max Holloway's pressure be enough to stop the crazy kicks of Yair Rodriguez? Because one thing you'll notice about him, we saw it in the Korean Zombie fight, when you pressure Yair Rodriguez and you nonstop on him, you know what I mean? It's hard for him to sit there and set up all those crazy kicks. He loves the calf kick. He has a teep kick. He has hook kicks. He has spinning shit. He has everything. When it comes to kicks, man, full vast array of weapons when it comes there. But AJ, I will say that he has a very noticeable tell in his game. When he moves to southpaw, a lot of big kicks is coming. He kicks out of both stances, but a lot of big kicks is coming. Basically, all of his boxing comes from the orthodox stance. Do you think Max Holloway will be able to take advantage of that?
Oh, 100%, man. You know the Holloway camp, they might not be doing sparring, but they're doing their research over there. This dude, yeah, I think he's easily going to be take advantage of that because the nice thing about Max is he sees these shots coming way before they ever do it. He can pick up on people's tells way before they even notice they're even doing it themselves.
Yeah.
We saw in the Calvin Kattar fight, this dude is able to look away. He still hits slips while he's talking. Yeah, dude, this dude is insane. I think he's going to be able to make I was about to say make easy work of those reads, but I don't think easy work is a good way to say it. I think he's going to be able to make the efficient work of the reads that he's getting off of Yair Rodriguez. What do you think?
No, I hear you. I think that he's going to be able to have a lot of success here, but it's all dependent on if he can close that distance and stay away from those kicks. Because if Yair Rodriguez can keep those kicks going, then he can effectively take away that, how would you say? Max Holloway does a lot of his damage with his hands. So if you could take that opportunity away and make him have to fight a little longer, make him have to not be able to sit down on those 4 or 5 punch combos that he throws all the time, it might be a little bit, tougher, my man. Yair Rodriguez is predicting a finish. He says, I think the fight's going to go long, but it's not going to go to the distance. I'm going to finish Holloway within 5. And as bold of a claim as that is, AJ, you cannot deny, listen, man, he got the big win over Korean Zombie with that spinning, or not that spinning, that little up elbow, right? He got the big win on BJ Penn, when he finished him. And BJ Penn, I mean, obviously, it didn't really age that well. But the point is like he has show-stopping capabilities to be able to get finishes, my man. That's not a question. But he has been out for 25 months, my man. After, I think he had a fractured ankle was an injury he was like returning from. I think that and canceled bout against Holloway, who had to pull out with an injury or something like that earlier, is the reason why this fight has taken so long or why he's been inactive for so long. But both of these guys are 29 years old, both of them 5'11". Rodriguez holds a slight reach advantage, 71 to 69 inches. But resume speaks for itself, my man. For Holloway, you got Poirier, Frankie Edgar, 2 times for Volkanovski, and Calvin Kattar. He's 2-3 in those last 5. For Yair Rodriguez, BJ Penn, Frankie Edgar, Chan Sung Jung, Jeremy Stevens times 2, right? Now, does it say anything to you that Yair Rodriguez got knocked out by Frankie Edgar and Max Holloway basically I mean, he put a beating on Edgar. It was a unanimous decision, but he put a beating on him. Does that say anything to you?
It does, man. Yeah. Well, and that was the Frankie Edgar of yesteryear that we were talking about
Yeah,
last week, where he was an absolute killer back in the day.
yeah.
I feel like now a lot of people have caught up to him, so that loss has aged well for Yair Rodriguez. Says a
Hmm.
lot to me, especially because it was a doctor stoppage. Yair didn't get finished. He had the doctor come in and step in and actually stop it. Speaks volumes of the fact because Max Holloway, by all means, is a decision fighter. You know,
Yeah.
he's gonna be putting the pressure on you all day. He can easily get a knockout, but he's there to embarrass you and make you drag you into those deep waters. So it says a lot that Yair fell short on the Frankie Edgar fight. It's gonna be interesting to see how it does now. I'm excited. Max Holloway was saying he's in my last fight I was talking about I'm the best boxer in the UFC. I'm here to prove that I'm the best striker in the UFC. I'm interested to see what kind of kicks Max starts bringing to the game, or if he's going to be really checking those low kicks, those calf kicks, see what kind of comes. Do you see Max Holloway kicking a lot in this one coming up?
Well, he kicked a lot in his last fight, you know what I mean? But it's different types of kicks. He doesn't have, so I would say Holloway is much more of a fundamental fighter, much more of a basic fighter, but in the best way that you can say that, right? It's not going to be super flashy, not a lot of spinning techniques. He does have some spinning, like body kicks that he likes to throw, those are good to like keep range and all that. But I just think he's going to stick with the basics, the roundhouse, couple calf kicks, you know what I mean? Couple body kicks, and just keep it simple. I do think he will be kicking, but Yair Rodriguez has vastly superior kicks. And listen, they come from wacky angles. He throws everything from just weird, unpredictable angles, which is going to be tough. So, yes, I do think Holloway is going to be kicking. But my question to you before we give our picks on this one, AJ, one thing that has been kind of a kryptonite for Max Holloway, at least it was in the first Alexander Volkanovski fight, was the calf kick, man. You know, he allowed Volkanovski to basically win the fight off of calf kicks, just racking up points day in, day out. For Rodriguez, his calf kicks are a little nastier, I would say. You know what I mean? He's trying to hurt you with those calf kicks. So do you think that Holloway's going to be able to check these kicks? Do you think that Yair Rodriguez is going to be able to beat up the legs of Holloway and make it a really interesting fight? Because that's the one way where I can truly see, like, okay, this fight gets interesting. It's round 3. Holloway is limping on one leg because he's been eating calf kicks, not checking it. Basically, the question is will the man be checking the kicks, or do you think he's just going to try to eat them and fight through it?
I want to say he's going to be checking them, but if history proves anything, it seems like Holloway's just going to eat those kicks and keep on
Yeah, bro.
walking through. Pull the Ponzinibbio approach and just bite down on that mouthpiece and
Yeah.
keep it going. But Yair Rodriguez, that's another animal where it's like you said, those kicks are different. Those
Yeah.
kicks have a lot more snap to them. He digs those into the calves, not necessarily taps you with one. He actually digs it in. I want to say he's going to check them, but I don't think so, Derek. What do you think?
I don't think so because one thing that I noticed against Calvin Kattar early in the first round, Kattar was landing the calf kicks to Holloway, and then once he started getting beat up on the feet, I think his ego might have took over a little bit, and he went pure boxing. He just completely went away from the calf kicks until like round 5, and then he started again. I was like, if you would have been peppering those in the whole fight, it could have been a much different fight. So you can't let Holloway fight his fight, but do I think Holloway will be able to fight his fight? I absolutely do, man. So. I don't think it's too much of a surprise here, folks, but I like Max Holloway in this one. I'm going Max Holloway. I do think he will win via decision. I think it will be another one where it's going to be kind of a one-sided affair. Personally, I think Yair Rodriguez could totally have some success, and don't count him out, my man. A knockout could happen at any time. This is the fight game. It's completely unpredictable, but I'm going Holloway by decision, and we'll talk over under after. Who are you going and why, AJ?
Yeah, I'm going Holloway by decision as well, man. I'm riding that Blessed Express all day long. I think he's just the far superior fighter, as well as he's been doing it for more recent. It's going to be interesting to see how Yair performs after his break, but I'm going with Holloway by decision, man.
I mean, it's hard to pick against the man, right? Honestly, if he's only lost to truly the best of the best, right? You lose to Dustin Poirier. I mean, you went up a weight class. Poirier is arguably the people's champion at 155 pounds. That's something. Volkanovski, 2 losses. One of them deserved. The other one, once again, that's neither here nor there. Everybody else pretty much started, man. 22-6 in his MMA career, 18-6 in the UFC, 5 title defenses at featherweight. I mean, the man just needs another title defense, and he even said it too, right? He says everyone wants to wait for the elevator, wait for their shot to be called. He's like, "I'll meet me at the stairs, man. I'll be there at the stairs." You gotta love to see it. Over under on this one, AJ. I want you to take a guess. What do you think it is?
Ooh, I'd say 3.5.
You want it, brother. You want it. 3.5 rounds is the over-under on this one. The over is minus 155. The under is plus 125. So it looks like we're both going the over on there, folks. So there you have it. That's the main card picks. You got all our main card picks. You got our over-under picks, so you can make you a ton of money over there. We are a little contested in a few of our picks, so it looks like we're just going to have to let the best man win. You know what I mean? So, folks, it's on you at home who are listening, who are watching to decide. You got the red corner. You got the blue corner. Who are you rocking with this week? And look, is it uncanny? Look at my background. We got the red, we got the blue. It almost lines up too perfect. You look at the logo, red, blue. Come on, what are we talking about?